All right, we're back, and as promised, Judge Stephen Bailey, retired judge. Get this, in California, so that you have a lot of questions for this man, California Attorney General, Republican nominee. First question, why do you want to be the Attorney General of California?
California's reached the point of near lawlessness in many respects. You look at San Francisco. You know, we have a guy running for governor from San Francisco who wants
Gavin
to
Newsom.
impose San Francisco values on California. Californians don't want that. We need an attorney general whose focus it is on the citizens of California and protecting those citizens.
Okay, immigration? What is the California, what's the right answer for immigration in California? I mean, all we hear is sanctuary states, sanctuary cities up and down the whole state, open borders. You have governors that say, let them in. Do you agree with that?
I absolutely do not. And you know, the fact of the matter on sanctuary state is that it's a sanctuary for criminals only. It doesn't protect immigrants into the state, legal or illegal. It doesn't, in fact, protect the citizens. It makes our neighborhoods even more dangerous than many of our neighborhoods are right now.
So right now, tell us, and I don't know this, in California, if you're an illegal immigrant, you can get a driver's license?
You can get a driver's license. You know, that's what citizens of California don't realize is, you know, those driver's licenses almost look like a legit driver's license. That's why the federal government is requiring Californians to go get a brand new driver's license that's federally compliant so you can fly.
So you need an ID to fly. You need an ID to do almost anything in the country. In California, you don't need an ID to vote?
No. I mean, that's how ridiculous it is.
What? So is citizenship not a privilege anymore in that state?
Well, you know, the political leadership, the progressives, the attorney general and governor, their attitude is that the illegals are more valuable to California than our citizens
in what
are.
way? By being low price workers, low cost workers?
Well, there's certainly that. They're also, in many respects, people they think are going to be their voters.
Well, they don't have to think about it anymore. If you don't need an ID to vote, they are their voters.
Exactly. In Los Angeles County, literally, we have 144% registration in the county. That's more registration than we have people who are even eligible to vote.
So the old dead people are voting, but in this case, random fake people are voting.
They have taken Chicago politics to a new extreme.
Is there a part of California that's still conservative? I know the parts of Los Angeles County, there's the Valley, I believe, is conservative. Is that right?
No, that's gone.
That's gone too.
The way of the past. Northern California, Central California, from Bakersfield up around Sacramento, through the foothills, through all the way to the Oregon border, that's all conservative. But we don't have...
Through Silicon Valley, or do you carve out Silicon Valley?
We carve that out.
And carve out San Francisco.
Carve out San Francisco.
But the rest... central, when you say central, you don't mean horizontally, you mean vertically.
Well, there's strong pockets of conservatism along the Central Coast, out into the Central Valley. Fresno's
right.
Still conservative in many respects.
What's the population like in that area compared to the liberal population?
Well, if conservatives vote in California, you know, there are 14 million, for example, evangelicals in California. If they all voted, we would run California.
No kidding. Why don't they vote?
Well, half of them aren't registered. And we have been working hard this election cycle to get the evangelicals registered, and conservatives and gun owners all registered. If they get out to vote in 2 weeks, we win in California.
Isn't the old, I mean, this is very common. You're conservative in a state like New York or California or Illinois. You go, my vote's not going to count, so it doesn't matter. I'm not going to head to the polls.
Yeah, they can say that. But if they get out and vote, we'll see a different result. And in fact, there is a resurgence taking place in California. I believe we are going to win in California this election cycle.
Who's your opponents, the current AG?
Yeah, Xavier Becerra.
Mr. Becerra.
Yeah,
he was a congressman prior to this, right?
Right. For 26 years, he lived back here in Washington. He's bringing Washington ideas. His values are Washington values. out to California, they're not California validated.
What's the biggest thing you don't like about Becerra?
Well, I don't like the fact that he sued the federal government 44 times. Issues
Over sanctuary cities?
Over sanctuary cities, over the border wall, you know, borderline frivolous lawsuits that are costing taxpayers in California millions of dollars. He thinks that it, you know, out of 40 million people in California, 30 cents isn't a big deal. Add it up.
Yeah, I will add it up, but before I get people to vote for you, would you consider building a wall along the eastern border of California, just kind of create your own state, your own country?
There, you know, literally in California, there are people now trying to break that state up. They believe
I've heard that, into three, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that was one of the ideas, but into a state that is more conservative, more focused on California needs, and let some of these other people go.
It's such a massive, the shame is it's such a massive, massive economic engine. It's like the 5th or 6th largest economy in the world alone, just California, right?
Sure, except it's dropping in its power.
Can we be honest though? Is some of the desire for the illegal population to come into California because, frankly, they want to use them as low price, you know, agricultural workers and such, and service industries?
You know, obviously, agriculture in California needs workers. Whether it's low price, high price, they need workers. So there's a lot of pressure, you know, for people coming in. Congress needs to fix the problem.
If you remove the illegals from California, how much would my strawberries go up?
You know,
because that's what you hear from the left. They say conservatives want to remove all the illegals, but they don't want to pay 10 cents more for their burger or for their strawberries.
Well, the reality is somebody's going to, you know, if you remove workers, somebody's going to mechanize it and make it work. I mean, there's innovation going on all the time in California agriculture. The problem needs to be solved by Congress in Washington, not by a bunch of politicians in Sacramento who think that they know better.
Judge, rule of law?
Rule of law.
Close the sanctuary state policies?
It's unconstitutional.
Would you join President Trump's border into the southern part of California as well?
I think California needs to be cooperating with the president on border control.
All right, guys. Judge Stephen Bailey, get out there. If you're in California, vote for this guy. Bring California back into sanity. Judge Stephen Bailey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Listen, I didn't win the lottery, so I'm going to stick around. And by the way, atop Capitol Hill on the corner of Independence and 3rd Street, come out here. On Wednesdays, they're going to start gathering. It doesn't matter if it's cold. We're going to have a cocktail after that. All right, everybody. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.